Welcome. Here I am, Jill DeWitt, co-founder of Land Academy and House Academy. So excited to be coming to you today. This is our first day of nailing it with Facebook and YouTube simultaneously. I am so excited and happy that you are all here. I know that we've had a little bit varying audiences because of where we're broadcasting, and it's so much easier and so much more fun for me too, just to do it all at once. So happy to be here. I hope you are too. As I said, I am Jill DeWitt. I'm co-founder of Land Academy and House Academy, and we are now closing in fast on 16,000 completed transactions. And I'm here right now today because, like, my partner and I want to share our experience and our knowledge with you. And whether you are an experienced investor or you're just here to kind of learn about the business, wherever you are in your business or investing, real estate process or company, I hope you will find this valuable today. So for the next, here's how it's going to go. For the next 15 minutes, I'll show you here the agenda, what we are going to do. So I'm going to talk about first how to scale your land business. Then I'm going to have a couple of announcements, talk a little bit about what we are doing right now, and we call it the state of our union. Interesting timing. We're hearing a lot about everything right now in the media. So we're going to talk about what we're doing. I have an exciting announcement. I have names right here. I'm going to draw names. We have a winner of someone who's going to win a free Land Academy program. And then I might have a little something for everybody else, so stay tuned. And then I'm going to open up to Q&A. And I like this no matter what. I see Alex, hello, that you're chiming in. That's from YouTube. I see Candace there on Facebook. I see Daniel Harb, thank you. Hi, you're on YouTube. So I like this to be fun and interactive through the whole time. And now I can really see everybody's comments. So you can ask questions at any time. And if I don't have time to, pause and address it right then, don't worry. I will go back and I'll get them all in the end. So thank you. All right, so let's go on here. Example I put in here, like for us right now, because I've learned to scale and where we are in our business, I can work on land, I can work on houses. Steven's working on mobile homes and other things. I'm going to talk about those in a few minutes, but I can really do other things. I can also work on new areas and be thinking about where my next mailer is going to hit based on, what we're hearing, what we're seeing, what we're learning. And as I go through my business on the day to day. Now, I don't want this to scare you. There's a lot of words on this screen. So I'm going to go over this in detail. And I'll tell you at the end that if you want to copy this, I will make it available for you. So don't have to worry. You don't have to be screenshotting a lot or writing things down right now. I promise I'll make this available to you. So let's talk about this. I'm going to get on the screen here so we can talk because I'm on this acquisition stuff. So, all right, so acquisitions. What are you doing on the acquisition side? You're doing market research. You're looking at zip codes. You're talking to people. You're, You might find a pocket of area that you know works, or you're hearing things that works. You see on our weekly calls, Stephen gets into great detail on this too, going into things like Redfin data and putting in zip codes and pitting areas against each other. That's the stuff that you should really be doing, picking your next area and seeing what's hot, looking at days on market. Because even though some of that data, a lot of that data might be house related, even if you're not doing houses, it's going to apply to me. It's going to apply to me in land. If houses are hot, people are going to need info lots next, and all of that goes together. Also, what's another thing you're doing in your acquisition? You're downloading the data. Your job here is, once you pick that area, you're going in and you're downloading the ownership data. You're going to go into 90261, whatever, or based on that county, a lot of what we do, I'm going to hit that county, Orange County or such, whatever, and download all the, 5 to 10 acres up to this value. That's what the data is about. Acquisition job that you have to do too, you have to scrub and price the data. That's a biggie. Sitting there and pulling out the right stuff, keeping the good stuff, and really spending some time. It was kind of when you did your market research too. When you're doing your market research, you're kind of picking an area that where the prices are, and you're going to sit here, spend a lot of time plugging those numbers in as you scrub and price. Another thing you're doing, this is kind of in order too, by the way, in case you haven't noticed, this is really how the whole business kind of flows. So you're going to create your direct mail content. All right, I scrubbed my data. Now I got to put together my letter, get the mail merge done, get in the mail. What happens next? Sellers are calling. All right, this is all still on the acquisition side. Here they come. I'm managing all the sellers and the calls. And then what am I doing? I'm doing my due diligence and selecting the property. That's a lot of work. That's personally what I do most of my day right now, is the due diligence and selecting the ones to buy. And then finally, you're purchasing the property. Let's not forget, you got to manage it all the way through to get it through escrow or do a self-close, however you're doing, and getting in your inventory. So these are all the MAC acquisition things. So now we're going to engineering tasks. So what are we doing on the engineering side here? I'm going to hide me so we can see all the content here. I'll be right back. All right. Thank you, everyone. Tell me if this is working now. So when I leave the screen, it sounds like you guys lose me. So hopefully we're okay now. Tell me if yep. Okay, whenever. Can you hear me now? If I'm half and half, can you hear me okay? I think that's it. This says we can't hear you when I'm not on the screen. So I think I'm good now. I'm waiting for one of you. You guys are so good at telling me these things. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to pick up where we left off here. And I'll recap on that. In case you couldn't hear, I'm going to just kind of do a quick little recap on the acquisition tasks. So, okay, good. Yay. All right. Thank you. I'm glad we're all back. Okay, so back to this. To outsource, we got to define our operation. Acquisition, engineering, sales. I'll make sure that I'm always up here, at least on half of the screen, so you can see me and hear me. All right. So the things that we do in the acquisitions time, I research the market. I extract the ownership data. I scrub and price the data. I got to create the direct mail and the content. I've got to manage the sellers when they call back. I've got to do my due diligence and select the properties to buy. And then finally, I do have to buy them and follow them all the way through. So these are all the jobs that we do in our acquisition side. Next thing you come to, we have, your engineering tasks. This is how we run our whole company: acquisitions, engineering, sales. Now, the engineering parts are really kind of behind the scenes things for the postings: collecting the photos, scheduling photographer, finding photographer, getting a drone guy, getting maps together, all of those tasks. Compiling the property details, double checking with the county what's really going on. Are the utilities? Where are the utilities? What's needed? Zoning, taxes, those kind of things for your posting. Because you want to have all this stuff in your posting, so that when the buyer's looking at it, it cuts down your phone calls. They can answer all their questions right there. You're going to be, as part of your engineering, you're creating your posting titles. That's writing your title, such as, gorgeous 40 acres, in dreamy Montana, and move here, something like that. That's what that's your titles that you're going to do. That's part of engineering. And then the other thing in engineering is writing an area description and the details and then the property attributes. That's really kind of this is all optional stuff, but this is what we do. And to make sure they're really positive, valuable, great, solid postings that, just basically help our property sell fast. And, you're listening because we've been doing this for so long. Now, finally, on the sales task side of the sheet now. So now the engineer was putting it all together. On the sales side, someone's got to put these postings together. Someone's got to sit there and promote them and get them out in social media and all kinds of other sales venues. There's all kinds of sites. That might be flat rate MLS postings, might be your website, other websites, Zillow, Trulia, all kinds of great places, Landwatch. And then finally, on the sales side is, no kidding, sell the property, handling those inbound phone calls from buyers, selling the property, and managing it all the way to the deeding property to the buyer. Okay, so this is what we've done. We defined all these. So now what's our next step here? What can I remove? The next step is identify the high-level responsibilities that only you need to do, or that really take you. And to make it real easy here, I put them in red. And again, if this is small, I know some people might be on a phone watching or a tablet. I'm going to make this whole presentation available to you so you can have a copy of this. So if you look at this too, isn't it amazing? And this is really how we run our operation. The red things are the important ones that you need to do. The other ones we can outsource. So market research. No one should be picking your next area but you. You are the best at that. You are watching your money. You know what you can spend. You should always be, a little bit ahead of everybody else. And in our world, that's Stephen. And now even I get to help, obviously, because I'm learning a lot, on my sales side. I'm learning things like, hey, we need to hit this area again, but we need to add this type of property in there, add this size or something like that. So we do some things together. But for the most part, he is right out there in front of me doing this. So market research, you got to keep that. Ownership data, hey, someone else can do that. I pick the county, I tell them what they want. They can download it for me. I don't need to do that. So especially with the way we have it, right? In our community, we all have, access to, CoreLogic, and we have Data Tree, and we have Agent Pro, or a Title Pro, excuse me. So, but somebody else can pull that for you on your team. Scrubbing and pricing the data, I want you to hold on to this one. This is big. This is one of the reasons why we're all here, is not only we know how to pick counties, we know how to scrub this data, and we know how to price this data and get into the hands of sellers so they will act on it. Create the mail content, someone else can do that. By the time you do it once, someone can do the mail merge for you. Manage the sellers. This is one that you can actually outsource. And I think a lot of people are in the beginning, by the way, I want you to do all of these jobs. I really want you to get used to doing everything. But this is our world, and I'm sharing with you our world because I think it's going to help you scaling your business on what I really want you to hold back and do yourself. So the due diligence and selecting the property. And as I said a few minutes ago, that's really my number one job right now is that of all of the jobs that I do, the due diligence and picking the properties that we're going to pull the trigger on and buy is my highest priority. And then purchasing the property, I got Jan that can do that for me. I got a team that can do that. And then I want you all to notice nothing over here and nothing over here. Now I'm going to go on to, okay, this is great, but how? So what do we do now? I know what to do. How do I make this happen? I'm ready. So you need to create some procedures, and I want you to outsource all those non-owner critical tasks on somebody else. We just identified them. I want you to do that. How do you do that? This is kind of for Steven. I put number 1 at the top, create a schedule and stick to it. And it might be days, might be weeks, it might just be steps. However you need to do it, you need to create a schedule. And I would do 1 task at a time. I have learned the hard way that if you throw all this at some person, you hire 1 assistant, throw it all at them and say, I'm doing the things in red. You got the white? Great, thanks. Got it. That you'll overwhelm them. They didn't come into it with you at the same time, and they don't have the experience you have. So I've usually baby step them into steps. And then I want you to also think about the people that you pick are going to have different talents. So I have different people helping me with acquisition stuff. I have different people helping with engineering things. And I have different people doing the sales things. You can probably, when you're getting started, say you're doing 10 or 15 properties a month, you could probably start with 1 assistant, get them going on a little bit of everything, maybe see where they shine, and then based on that, hire and fill in the other pieces. So great. Now you got to develop a system too, by the way. And I'll show you mine in a minute here. You're going to need to create and develop some system. Spreadsheets are great in the beginning. We've got past that, and you're going to get to a point where a spreadsheet's kind of not enough. But in the very beginning, having a spreadsheet and color coding it, that has worked fine for us for periods and lots of other people when you're getting started. But you need to keep track of where you are in the process and accountability. And everywhere we have on there, and I'll show you mine in a minute, things are color coded. People are notified when things happened, and I can see where a property is in the process. Each task needs to be really clearly defined and spelled out. Think like creating your own standard operating procedure manual, SOP manual for your business. That's what I want you to do. And in that manual, I want you to do this. I want you to make videos. I want examples. I want whatever is needed to hire more than 1 person. Because if you do this right, you're going to need more than 1 person. So I want you to be able to, have videos and things that you could train that person, and they can use them to train the next person. So here's just kind of a glimpse of our tracking system. We use Airtable. I have used other different kind of systems in the past, and this one is my favorite. It's a little busy right now, and I'll talk to you about some of the categories here, just kind of give you just a little snapshot. And if you are interested, I'm going to pause right now and say this too. We've talked about this in our group, and I'm more than happy to do this for everyone, just make it a big thing. But I like your feedback. So whether you put it in the YouTube comments or Facebook comments, as we go along here and you want me to do deep dives into more of this, put the comments in there, because we do read them, and that's going to tell me what to do next. So I have a feeling, I know a lot of our members have been asking about, can we like deep dive and get into Airtable? That's going to be one of them. So if you're in that group, put the comments in there, please. So thank you. We read them. So again, we use Airtable. As you can see, there's many views. I can give different people access at different levels. I have different views have different phases. I'll have an acquisition view for just that team, of a sales view for that team, all kinds of different things for the process. As you can see, we color code them. The status has color codes. I thought I'd show this for you because it's kind of interesting. And this is just a snapshot. And I will admit it's a little muddy right now. I need to kind of go through and clean it up. When we kind of got a little too many categories, I think, and there's not a lot that I use, but you can kind of see the acquisition is pending, it's approved, it's funded, the deeds recorded. Where are we? Is it ready for marketing? Is it ready to post? Is it in sales? Is the sale pending? Has the sale been completed? Done. And then at the bottom, as you can see, and we code them by numbers. So the ones you can't see, ones are when they first come in. I don't even look at the ones because it might just be a phone call, a guy thinking about selling, something like that. He's not ready for me to spend time looking at the deal yet. I need a purchase agreement. I'll tell you right now too, I don't get serious until there's a purchase agreement. Then I'll go look at it because I don't know if they're really serious to sell or at my price. And then as you can see too, at the bottom 6.0, we have acquisition canceled. I cancel a lot. I cancel them. Sellers cancel them. Usually it's me. I'll tell you right now, in this environment with everything that's going on, I'm canceling more transactions than the sellers are. They got to be good. I really need to be good. So that's what that is. So that kind of gives you an idea. We put notes in here, and I can tag people in here, different sales methods. Do I still use eBay? Sure, I use eBay. I use all kinds of things for selling. I use flat rate MLS, our website, all kinds of things. It depends on the property, county, acreage. And this thing goes out. This spreadsheet will go out, however many hundreds of lines you want, just like, Excel. The sky's kind of the limit here. So what's going to happen in the end? You're going to spend the time doing only the important tasks that need your attention, and it's going to free you up to work on new business and new ideas. As you can see, I said, oh, and by the way, then you can also just be kind of keeping an eye on your bank balance. So I'm going to pause for just a minute here and catch up on some of your questions before I go on to the next segment. Appreciate your patience with our little audio goof up. Sorry, I'm just going, love it. I'm loving all the YouTube comments. Thank you so much. It's so nice. I can see you all right here. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Christian. Yes, we are live. Hi, Merv, Rashmi, Einstein. Dan, is there a tutorial? Dan on Facebook wrote, is there a tutorial for data tree like there is for CoreLogic? I'm sure there are YouTube videos out there for data tree. I'm trying to think what all we have done within our group. We use data tree. It's almost like we often do quick little, show you in the screen while I'm doing it in our weekly member calls. But if you need something, if you want something like that it's unique to us, you're letting me know now. Thank you very much. We will look into that. Let's see. Hello, Efrain and Martha and Sammy. Tucson, new to Land Academy and excited to learn. I am happy you are here, Sammy Zermano. Hello, Krista. All right, let's see. Hi, Kristen. Chuck. Hi, Chuck. You've been hanging around with us for a while, Chuck. Chuck Stagliano. I'm about to make offers on 2 adjoining lots. This doesn't exactly pertain to this presentation, but I'll go ahead and address it right now here, and then I'll do some more at the end. Would it be easier if I negotiate 2 adjoining lots? Easier to negotiate one offer for both lots rather than separately. I plan to simultaneously close them and take title. Oops, I'm not showing the comment. Well, there we go. It's a long comment, so you won't see it all anyway. Sorry about that. Title company's okay to buy together and sell separately. That's always a good idea. That's always the best idea. So Chuck's quick question is, and I've done this with buyers. That's one of the questions we always ask with our sellers when they call in. Hey, do you have anything else? Yeah, I actually have 10 in this area. Fantastic. What are the parcel numbers? What's your bottom number? And I will exactly what I do. You want to make one offer, and not to mention it sounds bigger too. Instead of saying, I'll give you $3,000 for that one and $1,000 for that one, they just tell you what, I'll take them both off your hands for $4,000. That's what they want to hear. It doesn't matter how you figured it in your head. So it might be $3,500 and $500. All they hear is $4,000. So always a good idea. All right, so let's go down here. So happy. Things are popping in. All right. When can I get? I'm trying looking for comments now here on this. So let me see. Zillow is now. All right, I'm going to cut some of these to the end. Tell you what, I'm going to circle back around. It looks like a lot of these comments are a lot of good general comments, and I love them. So I'm going to go to the next part here because it's really kind of exciting. There's some people that are here right now for one thing and one thing only, and that is, oh, I forgot to say this, by the way. If you would like a PDF copy of the presentation today, all you got to do is email my team. So there it is right there for you. support@landacademy.com, and they will get you a copy of that. So next I want to talk about State of the Union, which is what we are working on right now. And you know what? My State of the Union comments are missing right here, but you know what? I can tell you off the top of my head. So here's what we're working on right now. I am doing deals, and more deals. I kind of gotten a little pickle recently sharing some states. Our community's gotten really, really big. And you all are so smart. So I'm not going to share exact areas, but I am going to tell you I am finding a lot of good luck in bigger properties in areas that I do well in. I'll start off small. I'm starting off in some different areas that way I don't normally target right now. And I'll come in at the 2.5 to 20 acres. And if those go well, I go right back in for the 20 to 40 acres and even bigger. So that's what I'm working on. What I'm also working on right now is I actually happen to be training. I'm finishing up training. I just hired a new transaction coordinator. She's fantastic. I'm wrapping up training with her. She came in with so much knowledge. I'm so lucky. So when you are, scaling your company, hold out. There's good talent out there. Hold out for the right person that not only meshes with you, but they have the experience a little bit or the background or the knowledge or something that you need or you're looking for. Hopefully they complement you. I'm also finishing up training on a new sales person, someone to help posting properties. I have mentioned this before, with this whole COVID crisis and thing that we're in right now, I can't keep property on the shelf. So I stopped a lot of things I was doing to get right back into this. So I'm wrapping up training a new person for posting too. What Steven is working on right now is he is actually writing Land Academy 3.0. So you heard it here first. Land Academy 3.0 is being written and recorded now, and I fully expect to have that. I would love to have it by the end of this year, but I can feel safe saying early 2021. And if you are a member, you get it for free anyway. So you get that. So that's what's happening. He's also what also Stephen is working on is he's working on mobiles. I'm just going to say this. Working on some mobiles and houses in a big, very, very big way. That's what he's working on. I can't say more than that, but that's the state of our union, so you know. Okay, now this is a point where I know there's a lot of people that are here for. It's time. Okay, we did a drawing back in July. It was so well received. So many people were like, can you do that again? With everything going on, we said, absolutely. So for those of you who saw my video and who filled out, put the comments, sent a note to my team, shared it, did everything you did, I got you all right here. So now it is. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to draw a name out of here. I'm going to announce it right now live. It's giving me goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps. So and I don't know who it is. This is fun. Obviously, the winner will receive pretty much everything we've got here. We've got the Land Academy Cash Flow from Land program. You get Land Academy 1.0, the Rural Vacant Land program. You get Land Academy 2.0, which is info lots. In addition to that, and this is for free, by the way, so our person's getting today, they are getting 1,000 units of ownership data. And as added bonus, they are getting one consulting call with any one of us. It could be Steven, it could be me, it could be anybody. If you really want to talk to my transaction coordinator, you sure can. I'll make it happen. But you can a consulting call with any of us. And then you also get your first month of the Pro Tools for just $1. So you are on your way and going here. So total values you can see. All right, here we go. This is it. Oh, hello. And Jeff just popped in. Hi, Jeff. Jeff just said, I won the July drawing. It's been great. Much appreciated. Thank you, Jeff, for sharing that there for us on Facebook. All right, I got it. And the winner is Christian Carrington. Christian Carrington. So if you are here, there it is, Christian Carrington, for everybody to see. If you are here, Christian, chime in. Please let me know. And congratulations and welcome to Land Academy. So happy you're here. So I'll watch. If Christian pops in, I will let everybody know. So thank you. And thank you, everyone. And you know what? I can't just let that go. So here's what we're going to do. Even if you didn't win and you're here and you're watching, you want to be part of this, I've got something for you anyway. The next, I know we said 5. Oh, Christian's here. I just see OMG. Yay. Congratulations, Christian. Glad you're here. So, and I'm glad you got to see it live. So there you are. You are in the club here. So for those of you watching that didn't win, I've still got something great for you. So I know I said the next 5 enrollments, but I want to make it 10. So my team, I'm saying this live right now, so they can't throw anything at me. So I probably would have a ball or a stuffed animal coming at me. They can't do that. So the next 10 people who check out using the code SUMMEREND, you can see it on your screen here, will get $750 off, 1,000 free records, and a free consulting call too. So that's what we're doing. And then as you can see, then we'll be pretty much where we'll need to be right now. Like to keep it as a tight group. And so if you go to the checkout page and you see the wait list, that means we hit our 10. If you didn't, you don't see or if it's still there and you can do it, put in Summer End and jump on in. We'd love to have you. Oh, all right. And I think, I'm trying to see, and that's it. So now we are at Q&A time. So I'm going to go back. I want you to ask me anything. I'm so happy. Look, our group is saying congrats. I'm going to jump back through the questions here. Again, you can ask me anything about the presentation. You want to ask me about anything about Land Academy, scaling your business. Feel free. I love it. And I'm so happy. I'm overwhelmed and appreciative for how big this group is here on Facebook and YouTube. Yay. All right. You guys are so awesome. Thank you. All right. Joyce has a question here. Hello, or excuse me, Joanne has a question. So Zillow is posting my buy price. And now it's been a problem for folks calling me and said, you only paid X. Everything is seen on Zillow, and I have folks not liking my buy price now. Any ideas? I haven't run into that yet. And it's funny because I was looking at one of my properties recently, and I was shocked that wherever I was looking, that it wasn't on there yet. So it's just going to happen. And this is just the nature of the business. And if they don't like it, that's just the way it is, but I'm not worried about that. And we're not a nonprofit. I hate to say that. I'm not going to go into the grocery store and say, hey, I know what you pay for those eggs. I should get 10 cents more per egg and whatever, per carton, or dream it up. It's just kind of doing business. It's the same with everything, a car, dream it up. So, and again, I haven't had that, but I just kind of, what I would say is I don't make a big deal about it and just say, yep. And do you want to buy it or not? That's really it too, Joanne. Whether you paid $500 for it or $5,000 for it, if I want it, I want it. And I know you, Joanne. So I know how you bought your property, and I'm pretty darn sure no matter what you paid, what you are selling it for is less than what it really is worth anyway. So I would even draw attention to that. That's how I would handle it. Just say, you know what? Yeah. Did you notice, by the way, this is $10,000. This is the lowest one out there. Everyone else like this, and they don't even have the view I have. They're all, $12,000 and up. So that's how I would handle it. Good question. Yay, YouTube. I got a YouTube comments. Okay, there we go. All right. Hello, Mark Phillips, and this is from YouTube. So what current percent? Videos show 35%, but I think some of the dailies on YouTube, I hear 20% of retail. And then what's the sale number of retail? Great question. So right now, I'm coming in on our offers, depending on what I'm buying. Let's just say land. I'm coming in with our offers 20 on the low side to 20 to 30% of what's available for sale right now on the internet. Then when I'm selling it, so say I buy, and that gives me some wiggle room. I'm going to come in at like 20%. Maybe I buy it at 25%. There's a compelling reason. It's, the access is stellar, something like that. I want to buy it where I can double my money and be way below anything else out there. That is still the goal. And different areas react differently. And I'd rather you come in hot, by the way. I come in lower than higher because it's much easier to add money than it is to take it away. And and this is what I do. And I'm even here to tell you, it's hard for me sometimes to kind of go, look, I'm sorry, I do it, but it's harder for me to say, yeah, shucks, I know I offered you $30,000 for it. I'm super sorry, but 15 is really all that I can really justify now because I found out this, and this. And these are all, kind of fatal flaws. This is just what it is. And they know it, or they know it, kind of thing. Like, it's not as big, or taxes, or we have to go that far for utilities. There's something that happened versus me adding money. If I come in really hot and the guy says, what's funny, you come in really hot. First of all, you'll be surprised how many people just sign it and say, sure, done. I don't care. That's usually what would happen. But a few people will go, I know you said 22, make it 25. You got a deal. I'm great with that. So good questions. Sharing. Thank you, Joey. Joey here in Facebook says, sharing a deep dive is a benefit not only to all of us, but also key members can share ideas to improve with that system from what we all have in our own ways. Exactly. Thank you. Oh, Donna's asking, where can I get Airtable? Just Google them, because I don't have any special kind of affiliation with them, and I know different people in our community using different things. So find just whatever works good for you. For me, Airtable was really easy for us to adapt to and use because we're so spreadsheet, so Excel heavy. That was just a no-brainer for us. I just love it. Sorry, Damba. It said, okay, it's hard to read my screen. So you know what I want you to do, Damba? Please email my team, send them a note, support@landacademy.com, and I promise I'll get you a copy of it. If I took me off the screen, we had audio problems. So sorry about that. All right, I got you, Paul. Paul says a full Airtable layout overview would be awesome some Thursday. Okay, I might do it in this. I don't know. I haven't decided what format, but yeah, thank you. Let's see. Well, that's a good idea. Russell said, can we get a template of what beginners might use for Airtables? Categories and things are more important. That's probably what I'll do, honestly, because mine, as you can see, you can barely see, but mine's on steroids, and you don't need that much when you get going. It's really easy to start and just and add. So that's probably when I do it. I'll start with a kind of a basic format and then show you how to add categories and expand it for different properties and things like that. And I have a bunch of different Airtable calls them bases. I have a bunch of different bases too for different products. I don't mix in, Like I do deal funding. I do a lot of deals for members and other people, just other investors, because we do believe no good deal should go to waste. So I have a whole separate, it's called a base for all my deals that I've funded on the side, because I don't want to mix those in with my inventory. So, and I can share about that too. Let's see. Murph says, how soon in working your land business do you start outsourcing? Excellent question. I want to get, I'd say after 10 deals, after you really get going, I want you to get 10 deals under your belt. Make sure you like it. Figure out what you're good at, what you're not good at. And by then you're going to start getting some systems in place. Then I would do it maybe beyond. And then a lot of it after that, I would say depends on your finances almost when you can afford it. And when, or the company can support it, kind of thing, when you're doing that many deals. I rather, as like everything we do in Land Academy, when it comes to outsourcing, when it comes to hiring, when it comes to leaving your day job, I want you to do them when you think, I wish I would have done that 6 months ago. I want it to hurt because then I know you didn't do it too soon, because I really want you to be successful. And that is the reason why. Let's see. Hello, William. Hello, William. I love you checking in. Okay, this is a good question. Russell Bronson says, okay, so as a member of Land Academy, you have access to CoreLogic, yes, and there's a download charge. Is there a monthly charge too? No, that's included in your whole membership. Good question. In your Land Academy regular pro membership, you have nationwide access to RealQuest Pro Data Tree, RealQuest Pro, which is CoreLogic, Data Tree, which is First American Title, and you have Title Pro 24/7, which is Black Knight Financial Services. You also have all kinds of other things in there, special pricing for mail and all this stuff. But anyway, there's not a separate fee. I'm a licensed provider, so I take care of that bill, if you will. It's a good one. It's a good one, and I'm proud to pay it. Good question. All right. Going on here. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Paul. People are answering questions for each other. I appreciate that in YouTube here. Thank you, Danny. Danny said, to all new Land Academy members, it is amazing. It is what you make it. Yeah, that's true. So thank you. And here I got to give a quick little shout out. Yay, Jeff, our newest July member who won the drawing in July. I'm so happy. Christian is now part of your club. Yay. All right. And here's Christian checking in. So excited. All right, let's see. Oh, you're welcome. Christian Jill and Stephen, thank you. You are so welcome. We are glad to have you. All right, let's see if any more questions here. Oh, thank you so much. Own Some Land LLC. I love it. I've never seen a company that wants to give so much to its community. You guys are great, Dan. Dan. Thank you, Dan. I know exactly who that is. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm excited. I mean, we have such a good group. You're gonna love Christian when you get in. And Jeff, if you've not gone on a Thursday yet, you got to get on our Thursdays. Dan and I have a little banter that we have going on. It's really fun. So we have a really good time. Every Thursday at 3:00 Pacific time is our weekly member call. We all get together and it's a pretty big group, but we get through all the questions and we just have fun. I know some people are having more fun because it's after 5:00 when they're watching, but it's a really good group. Let's see. Yes, great question here on Facebook from William Wesley. Are there any tutorials I can find for offers to owners? Yes, they are on offers to owners on the website. And I know we just launched a new ebook on offers to owners. I would highly, if you don't see what you need, please reach out to Aaron with an Aaron, at Offers to Owners, and he will, you can just send a note, support@offerstowners.com, and he will get you whatever information or training that you need. So great question. I know, for those of you who don't know, Offers to Owners is our direct mail company. Nobody was doing it as cheap, as fast, and as easy for us, so we had to go create this. There's no setup fees, nothing silly like that. We do the mail merge for you, so you don't have to think about that. You submit a list of data, you submit your template, our team merges it, and we get it in the mail. So that's Offers to Owners. Let's see. Johnny Clements. Should I pre-sale a property once I have a contract to purchase? I'm not a fan. Too many things can go wrong. I mean, I will only do something like this. We call it an option deal when, and usually it's a bad idea anyway, because the reason I'm not buying it, because there's something wrong, usually the price. So I'm not a fan. I want to buy it. There's enough money in this group for you to buy it outright if it's that good and control the asset and control the transaction. That's always, always my first choice. I do deal funding for anyone. You do not have to be a member of Land Academy. You just go on Land Investors or just send a note to my team. They'll get it to me. They'll tell you where to post it and put it in. But there's a place on Land Investors you could submit properties. The point is, too many things can go wrong when you're doing this. I used to do it back in the day. If I didn't have the funds or I didn't quite like the deal, maybe I spent all my money. I'd allocated this much. And I didn't have anybody. It was a long time ago. For money, I need to sell this one to pay for this one and buy more, kind of thing. And I would do like an option. And what that is I'd let the guy know I'm optioning your property. I have a vested interest in your property. I get to go market and sell it. There's an end date. Usually we'd agree on like 90 days, whatever it is. And, I'm buying it from him for, let's say 6, and I think I can sell it for 12,000. So I go and try to do it. Now, the reason I usually did that, the other reason would be something wasn't right. Like maybe I'm buying it for 6. I'm not sure it's worth 6. I sent a letter for 4. He wants 6. I really like the property. I'll option it. And then if I sell it, great. Then I'll buy it, do it real quick in the middle here. I could even send in 2 deeds at the same time to get recorded and handle it that way. But again, nowadays, if I'm doing an option, there's something not right and I shouldn't buy it anyway. Because what happens is I end up optioning a property is going to take just as much time, just as much energy to market it, post it, get it out there. And I'm always kind of worried that what if someone calls me and then call the guy back and say, okay, all right, I'm ready to go. Are we still at 6,000? He's, oh, I sold it, or something. Who knows? I changed my mind. Things can happen. And that's why I'm just not a fan of those anymore. So, but it's a good, very good question, Johnny. And nowadays too, we used to talk about options before we had all the funding options, and now you have so many funding options. So hello, Efren. This is coming from YouTube. Do we newbies get any free records or something? Yes, for those of you who are signing up right now on my 10 and the promo that I'm doing, you do get 1,000 free ownership records included. So there's 10. I don't know if anybody's checked out yet. I'm watching. So often when I'm doing this, I'll get little notes that people okay, now they're down to 3. Now we're down to 2, whatever it is. So I'll let you know if I see any checking out right now. So, all right. Ooh. Good question here from YouTube. Teen Urban News asks, how many hours should we hire a VA for the first time? You know what the beautiful thing about a VA is? Pick it. You want 10? You want 20? You want 25? You pick it. They can do it. And if you want to, I'm actually kind of been thinking about creating a program through us, if you want, to help get you in touch with the right people that we personally trust and use and have tested and have had multiple years of experience. So I'm thinking about that. For right now, you can email my team at support@landacademy.com or just go on our online community and at landinvestors.com and ask anyone, because that's free, by the way, for anyone. Just get in our community and start talking to people, and they'll share, who they use, how much they spend. But I would say start with whatever you want. Start 10 hours a week and see how that goes. If you're not using it, roll it back to 5 or up it to 20, whatever. Great question. And this is another good question. What is a great schedule to start the VAs on as a newbie? Thanks. You're welcome. They will work whatever hours you want. So they will work. We have VAs that work on our schedule. We have VAs that work on their schedule, depending on what it is. Like sometimes I want a bunch of data pulled, over the night. I want to wake up in the morning and have it. So they can assign it to someone, on their team that can get it for me, and I can have it in the morning. Other things I need during the day, kind of like as an extension of me. Hey, I just got these properties in today. I need all this tax information added in. I need this stuff in. I need all this stuff added in today because I'm going to go look at all these properties, at 3:00. So you can pick. Great questions. I do not know. Oh, I do know, actually. I do know. That's funny I said. Efren Rivera asks, is anyone here investing in the North Carolina market? I do know people that are doing that. It's really good. And houses especially too. So, I have a note. We have 2 people who have checked out. This is awesome. So if you want to share with us in this group who you are, feel free. Other than Christian, new today, we know. I will happily give you a little shout out if you want to let me know as we go on here. Yay, that's awesome. Let's see. Oh, and here we go. People are answering each other. All right. I'm working in Raleigh. Got it. David Toomey. Hello, David. Let's see. Let me go down here. This is okay. From Facebook. Xenia asks, what course do you recommend for learning how to detect title issues? Ours. Just due diligence. Title issues are usually meaning a chain and title problem. And that's part of the due diligence that I do and my team do to some level. I have a couple different levels of due diligence, and that's another thing that I'm going to be working on putting together, kind of like some kind of webinar like this. It's probably going to be a member only one. I like to do things just for our community, but so please, whoever you are, drop notes in there, give us some comments and feedback, what's important to you. There's a couple levels of due diligence. First level due diligence is just skip along the top. I pull up the property. Am I talking to the right person? Does it have access, legal and or physical? Are there some attributes there? Is the price kind of right? What's the situation? Is everybody alive and able to sign? That's kind of some of the quick things on level 1 due diligence. Now that passes all my tests. Now I'm going to go into the next level of due diligence. Now this one, if it's a title issue, depends on the cost of the property. If I'm buying something, and usually it's a $5,000, and everybody's different. This is personal preference. My comfort zone is around $5,000. If I screw it all up, that's on me. Under $5,000, I'm gonna do my own title work. And this is back in the day too. We just do a lot of self-close transactions. Now I do more with title. So over $5,000, or I spot an issue. Something you got, Xenia, is triggering something like dad's name's here, but I'm talking to the son, and the son thinks he can do it. He says dad's around. I'm not sure. Anything like that, go through title, and they will uncover the issues. And then if I'm doing it, if there's a gray area, I can go back. That's the beauty of some of the tools that we have. I usually use Title Pro 24/7 for this. I can go back and dig, and I can see this title, and then this title, and this title, and this title, and go back just like a title agent would when they're doing title insurance, checking the chain of title. Is the name exactly right? Is the legal description exactly right? Is there anything funny going on in there? I can go do my own homework. So great questions. Oh, hello, Wing Jeff from YouTube. What additional processes do Canadian investors need to be aware of? Really, you know what, Wing Jeff, we have several international people from all over the globe. Um, Germany, and many people in Asia, military, and like in Japan, and all over. So the main thing is just same as what they would do, setting up a local mailbox and phone system that can relay the stuff for you. There's nothing special. You don't have to be a U.S. citizen to buy and sell land in the United States. That's I still find people that that's new to them. They don't know, like my buyers. I'm letting. It doesn't matter what country you're from. You can own land here, and I'll help you get it recorded. You're not here. That kind of a thing. But that's kind of the main thing. Other than like the real, when it gets into legitimate, how you do it with your taxes, that I'm not a pro on. But I know that we do have other members. I know I have Canadian members in the Land Academy community. So, and you could just jump in right now today, go get yourself a free account in landinvestors.com, and you can pop that in there, and they can tell you if there's any special little other considerations that you need to be aware of. Excellent question. Let's see. Hello, Efren from YouTube. Any legal problems we should worry about? We're about to choose our first area to send out mailers, but we want to make sure we don't run into any dead ends. I want you to spend time picking an area, but not too much time. I want you to make sure it works financially. I want to make sure it's going to work days on market. I want to make sure properties are moving in the area. I want to make sure the county is responsive. I want you to make sure that you could find the properties. I want you to go into, hopefully you have neighborscoop.com. That's my number one tool for looking these things up when they come back in. And I want to make sure that it's supported in NeighborScoop and you can find it and get the information, that kind of a thing. That's it. Good question. And then get the mail out. Don't spend too much time. Let's see. Hello, Murph from Facebook. How soon into working your land business should I consider hiring help? And what is the first step I should consider? Is answering the phone, posting help, etc. Great question. And I'm going to go, yep. For most people, it's answering the phone. That's usually the very, very first thing, because right out of the gate, if you do it right, you're sending out, I do, 5,000 units. I've done 10,000 units. I've done crazy number of mailer units at a time. And it could be a lot of phone calls coming in. And having that help, that's absolutely where I would start. Start with, and you could do it two ways. You could have a VA answering the phone. I'm not so much a fan of that as a company that's been doing it for a while. And we personally use Pat Live. I know there's other things out there. I'm not a fan of voicemail, things like that. I really want a voice on the other end of the phone, because so many people get these offers. They call back. They're not interested in voicemail. They want to talk to somebody. And I love Pat Live. So that's our favorite. And that would be number one. Good question. Oh. Efren from YouTube says, can we exchange numbers within our community? Sure, you guys can communicate. There's lots of ways you guys can talk and communicate. I know we do it on our weekly calls. People say, hey, email me here. Here's my email. And then they'll connect. A lot of partnerships. We have a lot of partnerships that go on within our community. And one of the things that we usually do every October is get together in person. And I'm sad we can't do it this October, but we're going to do it early next year. But that's a great place that partnerships have formed and people have met. And it's been good, really good. Let's see. Yep. No big deal. Own some land says, of course, hey, if you're in North Carolina, you're going to need an attorney close. Just add that cost. It's kind of like, what's interesting is some areas in some states, my first choice is attorneys, because I've had them cheaper and faster than normal escrow companies, including getting the title insurance done. So absolutely seek that out. It's good. Thank you very much for bringing that up. It's a really good comment. Hello, David Dumay from Facebook. With properties over $5,000, do you always clean the title? I want, do I always, I'm assuming you say if there's a cloud in the title, do I fix the cloud? No, I let the title, I let title do that. I will go back, I will go through escrow and have them fix it. I'm not going to go back and do clear clouds on the title. I'm doing too many deals. I don't want to do it. And if it's really bad, I move on. If there's some stuff out there, I'll tell you, it's just like probate's involved and I don't really want to get involved with the attorney. And I got 6 other, beautiful pieces of mail on my desk that I'm ready to open. So I put that one aside and I find I never get back to it. Especially right now, I can do that. I can be really picky. Hello, Jesse from Facebook. How do you handle if a buyer wants to purchase contingent on a satisfactory perk test? How much do perk tests typically cost? Those are that's all over the map on perk tests, depending on the area and the county. So I haven't had this in a long time. So I would, if that's the last one I did, because it was a commercial property and we went under contract. It was 15 acres. So I knew it would perk. I knew somewhere on there would perk. That was part of it. It took a long time to close. There actually was a broker involved in that. So I didn't have any issues on that. I'm totally open to talking to people, whatever they need to make them happy. That's the bottom line. I want my buyer to feel good. I'm not going to hold them into anything that's not going to work for them. We will work it out. So I'm going to try to get through a few more of these questions. So because I want to answer everybody's questions, but I know it's getting late here for everyone. Thank you so much for hanging here with me. Let's see. All right. Lisa from YouTube asks, if starting out with little money under $5,000, what would you recommend to scale quickly? Do 5 $1,000 deals. Buy them for $1,000, sell them for $2,000. Now you have $10,000. Do it again. Your $10,000 is 20. Your $20,000 is 40. And then somewhere 40 to 80,000, you're going to start looking at yourself going, all right, do I want to keep doing these $1,000 deals? Or do I want to do $5,000 deals or $10,000 deals? That's what I want you to do. And I know it sounds kind of scary at first. People go, what do you mean add a zero? Oh my gosh, Joe, you want me to go from $1,000 deals to $10,000 deals? You're out of your mind? Yep, I want you to do it. Because once you add that zero and you go, oh, this isn't that bad. And what you will probably find is when you get into these higher dollar amounts, it's a different level of buyer. It's a different level of seller. They're all going through escrow. A lot of this stuff is a lot easier. It's kind of like flying a plane. I haven't used that analogy in a while, but it's the same thing. The bigger the plane, the easier it is. It's all on autopilot. There's a lot of controls for things. And I have my private pilot's license. My dad was a professional pilot. And the first time I sat down and looked at his plane, and I'm like, you have a go around button? What the heck is that? So anybody who knows what I'm talking about, I'm like, this is just not fair, but it's true. It's easier the bigger the deal too. So awesome question. Let's see. Oh, good. I love it. So I see some people already connecting with each other right here in this community, in this webinar. So great. All right. So Anthony wants to know, hello, Anthony on Facebook. Anthony Walters, if a zip code has a good amount of solds, but there's only 1,000 to 2,000 people on the list to target, should I mail it or target a bigger zip? 2,000 is good. If you start with 2,000, if you download 2,000 units and you scrub it, you're going to get about 1,500. I want no less than 1,500 units of mail going out because I want you to have many deals to choose from. I don't want you to send out 500. I want you to send out 1,500 and have a bunch to choose from. So you're going to pick the best. And you can also do multi-area. Like I'll do different states at one. I go nuts. We're nuts now. It's kind of funny. It's like when I first started, I made the mistake, I was good, obviously good at this. And I'm like, Stephen quickly figured that out. So he would just blast me with stuff. And now I kind of do it to my team. I'm like, be ready, here they come. And I'll have different states coming at them, different sizes coming at them, different areas coming at them. It's comical. So make it count. Oh, good question. There is nothing better than sending more mail, period. Let's see. Hello, Paul Motto on YouTube. Oh, there we go. Okay, thank you. There's a little communication with each other here. Let's see. Oh, this is good. All right. Hello, Joyce. Joyce from Facebook has kind of a house question. So I know the prices for housing is market dependent. Yes. Utilizing our smart pricing tool. Yes. Due to the unfolding SFR drama. Yes. I'm curious if you're still selling at approximately 70% of the retail price. Thanks, Jill. Actually, we are not. We have shifted. We talked about this, I think on both the House Academy call and the Land Academy member calls. When things shift, like my buy price and my sales price, this pretty much stays the same. Now this is going to keep happening. That's kind of how it's going. Same with houses. So there's so much uncertainty and craziness right now. And right, no one can foreclose. We're all waiting for that one. I am so darn excited right now of what's coming. I cannot tell you, as far as houses are concerned, because it's going to be some really good stuff that I know we talk about on our weekly member calls. So hopefully that answers the questions. We have shifted things a little bit, but my piece in the middle will always stay the same. Let's see. All right. Awesome. Thank you thank you. Hey, a little shout out to my team. Chuck says Aaron is great. Yes, he is great. I have two Aarons on my team. I have Aaron with an E, who's a girl, and I have Aaron with an A, who's a guy. And they are awesome. Oh, here we go. Welcome to Land Academy member Jonathan S. Jonathan, welcome. We're glad you're here. And I have also welcome to Land Academy member David M. Yay. So, yay. Congrats. Happy you are here. Carly on Facebook wrote, Carly Spears, when to use a broker and to put on the MLS. It's price driven. I'm putting out, I'll start with the easy one first. Putting on the MLS is now super easy. There are all kinds of services out there like Broker Direct MLS that I use. It's brokerdirectmls.com. Use them all the time. It's as cheap as $99 and it puts it on the MLS. It'll also extend to Zillow, Trulia. There's all kinds of places that'll also post the property because they pick it up from that local MLS. So, and that's, again, driven by price. And I do that a lot just to get it out there on the planet because that's what you want to do. To sell a property, it's reach and price. That's it. That's what sells property. So you got to reach the people. Now, when I use a broker, most brokers only get excited above a certain amount, number one. So I'm probably not going to find a broker who's going to be running out there excited to sell my $10,000 property when he's selling a $250,000 house. I wouldn't. So it's kind of got to be a bigger dollar amount. And so that's when I use brokers. Usually it's above, north of like a $60,000, $50,000 to $60,000 sales price. That's when I'll bring in a broker. Also, I bring in brokers when it's a special type of property, like a commercial property that's, a piece of dirt in between two strip malls. We know what needs to go right in there. And then I'll bring in someone who's real good with the area. They already have a buyer's list and it usually goes really fast. Good question. Oh, hello, Herbert Graham on Facebook. He wrote, thank you, Jill and the Land Academy family, for your time and generosity as always. Looking forward to tomorrow's call. A lot of us would greatly appreciate more insight on your sales expertise, Jill. Can you provide scripts and possibly more recorded sales calls for us to study? Got it. Noted. Thank you, Herbert. All right. On YouTube, Danny for Sale. Danny here wrote, by the way, For your direct mail campaigns, offers to owners in Aaron Belt are incredible. Yes. No reason to go anywhere else. Aw, thank you. Thanks, Aaron. So sweet. Oh, Aaron Belt chimed in. Thank you, Aaron Belt. Glad you're here. Really glad you're here. Okay. Let's see if any more good questions here before we wrap this up. Oh, Francesca on Facebook says, what's this group all about? Just join in and trying to understand what is Land Academy. So we have been buying and selling land and other property types. My partner and I, Jack Butala, and myself, I'm Jill DeWitt. Stephen before me in the 90s. I came along, 11, 12 years ago. We joined forces. We have about 16,000 transactions to date under our belt. And now we teach others so we can all do deals together. We provide access to pro tools, things that we never had, we wish we had. And that's what Land Academy is all about. So this whole community and a lot of the people that we're talking here are all people that are investors like us and, or brand new to investing and getting in to be, investors like us. And we help and share and get you there. So good question. Oh, thank you, Brandon Wall. Brandon said it's about buying and selling vacant land. And then we also do infill lots, houses. You may or may not see a mobile component coming. That's that. There's a lot of opportunity out there right now. So, all right. Each amount of call. I think we covered this. All right. I think we're there. So thank you. Cute, well, a few little personal questions in here. Thank you. We'll leave those. We'll leave those for another time, Candace. All right. I want to say thank you, everyone. This has been over an hour. I really appreciate your patience and glad you're here. I want to make sure if anyone didn't get a copy of my presentation, you sure can. Or if you want a copy of my presentation, send an email to support@landacademy.com. They will also hook you up if you have any questions, if you want to schedule a call, if you want an invite to be on our Thursday call. You see people talking about it. You want an invite to be on our weekly member call. You can get a one-time invite. Just send them a message there and they will get you in there. And if you want to, like I said earlier too, if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe, like, comment, do it all. We read them all. We want your feedback. I am Jill DeWitt. I am co-founder, along with my awesome partner, Stephen Jack Butala, of Land Academy and House Academy. And you are not alone in your real estate ambition. Thanks.